Now at 5 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, she paid them to fix her plumbing, but instead they tore a Victoria woman's home apart and vanished, leaving behind a costly disaster. Plus, a Victoria County man is in jail accused of shooting and killing his father over the weekend. And a chilling cold snap is on the way. A look at preparations to help residents stay warm and ready before the temperature drops.
It's a big heads up, folks, because we've got sub-freezing temperatures middle of this week. It's going to be a brutal cold front coming in. We'll talk all about it coming up in just a moment.
Plus, a second major storm on the way after deadly flooding hit other parts of the U.S. We'll have the latest on extreme weather across the country. You're watching 25 News Now at 5. Good afternoon and thank you for being with us. I'm Shawna Currie. So just how cold are we talking about this week? We are going to get very frigid. Let's check in with First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Perez to find out. Mac.
Well, thank you very much. We've got quite a bit of weather headed for our direction from Tuesday midnight or Wednesday early in the morning through Friday. We're going to be in a frigid cold. We have the alert days up for all the Crossroads County. We're looking at sub-freezing mornings in the 20s. In fact, one morning will be down to about 25. Right now,
a Victoria resident is out $36,000 after falling victim to a costly scheme. 25 News Now weekend anchor Trenton Whiting has been digging into the details, and he joins us now with the latest. Trenton.
Yes, Shawna, Blanca Jimenez needs her bathroom and outside plumbing repaired, so she put her trust in a Corpus Christi-based plumbing company to do the work. That was back in December, and thousands of dollars later, she's still waiting for workers to finish the job. As of now, Jimenez is left with a mess in her yard and unusable restrooms. She's had to set up a temporary restroom in the closet.
I spent $36,000 and they left both bathrooms in my backyard, just a shambles. They took all their tools. I said I didn't have any more money to give them, so they just came from Corpus and packed up all their stuff and left my yard.
Jimenez has been living in these conditions since December. She's having issues contacting the company that did the work and is now looking into how to file a formal complaint. Now, Jimenez is left picking up the pieces and warning others to double check before they hire. Shawna?
All right, thank you, Trenton. Well, this brings us to our viewer poll today. How do you avoid business scams? Do you read reviews and compare prices? Ask for everything in writing? Only use trusted businesses? Or you don't worry much about scams? We want to hear from you. Visit crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part. And right now, 67% of you say that you only use trusted businesses. And then in a tie are read reviews and compare prices and ask for everything in writing. Continue voting. We'll have the latest results on 25 News Now at 6. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Stay with us straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5. Today, people protested DOJ's actions outside of federal buildings nationwide. We'll have the details on that coming up. Plus, with bird flu cases on the rise and a new variant in play, are eggs and milk still safe to eat? We've got the answers in today's Health Minute. Welcome back. The Department of Government Efficiency's promise to slash spending has sent chaos and confusion across the federal workforce. Federal employees are protesting coast to coast today, pushing back against Elon Musk and the Trump administration's efforts as the mass firings make their way to various departments and through the courts. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest from Washington.
Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency is sweeping through the federal workforce, armed with what they say is a mandate from American voters.
We want to downsize government, but make it better. Run it better, but downsize.
The administration faces a slew of legal challenges as DOJ fires thousands of government employees from the Department of Education, USAID, the Federal Aviation Administration, and other agencies. Among the questions beyond the firings, what exactly is DOJ getting access to? At one point over the weekend, the White House appeared to confirm DOJ workers got access to the IRS database, which holds the personal financial information of millions of Americans. The White House later seemed to backtrack, saying a DOJ member simply requested access to the system. Hundreds protesting DOJ's actions outside of federal buildings, from Washington, D.C. to Las Vegas, where some of the more than 1,000 people working with the Department of Veterans Affairs were dismissed.
Hey, I'm on board with efficiency, saving money, but I don't think it should be on the backs of our federal employees.
Peter Ketchum-Caldwell worked for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau until DOJ shut it down last week. The financial security of these once financial watchdogs is now up in the air.
It's a lot of uncertainty. We haven't even received our separation paperwork yet.
The administration also sent termination letters to several of the Department of Energy's nuclear workers. They then reversed course and are now trying to rehire some of those critical employees. But according to an internal email obtained by ABC News, they're having a hard time getting in touch with them. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
The USDA has given Zoetis a conditional license to produce a bird flu vaccine for chickens. The company has been working on updating its avian flu vaccine for years and previously developed one to protect California condors. The U.S. has focused on eradicating bird flu rather than vaccinating, but that may be changing. Since 2022, over 150 million birds have been culled, driving up egg prices and causing shortages. Critics argue a vaccine could make it harder to detect the virus and may impact exports as some countries refuse vaccinated birds. The CDC says the risk of bird flu to the public is low, but rising cases and a new variant raising concerns about mammal infections have some worried about food safety. Mandy Gaither speaks with an infectious disease specialist about whether eggs and milk are still safe to eat.
It's being closely watched. A newer strain of bird flu called D1.1, which has been linked with 2 severe human infections in North America, including 1 death.
Still, even with that, the risk to the human population right now is very low.
It's unclear whether the newer bird flu variant poses a bigger threat to people, but the virus has been detected in cows at least twice, and officials believe the cattle encountered infected birds or their droppings, which could mean it'll be harder to contain and further raise the risk for dairy workers. Right now, the danger of the virus spreading to the food supply remains low, but raw milk should be avoided, says Dr. Donald Dunford with Cleveland Clinic.
We have not seen any human cases related to that, but since raw milk doesn't go through the pasteurization process, which is known to kill bacteria and viruses, there is the potential for transmission with raw milk products.
While it's always important to thoroughly cook food, Dunford says that will also reduce the chances of a virus spreading in eggs and poultry products. And while the U.S. is experiencing a severe flu season right now, he says national data from health officials shows it's not linked to bird flu.
Right now, we are not seeing any cases of bird flu in that surveillance.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, this next story is bananas and was certainly a first for the New Hampshire Fish and Game Law Enforcement Division. After they responded to a local grocery store where an employee had called in about a surprise stowaway, they found a snake hidden inside a box of bananas. The snake was 2 feet long. It was an ornate cat eye, a mildly venomous species that is native to Ecuador. The New Hampshire Fish and Game Department wrote on Facebook that its conservation officers safely recovered the snake and have since found him a new home with rainforest reptile shows. That'd be scary. And the Oscar goes to, we want to know who you think it will go to. Predict the Oscars for your chance to win a $60 gift card bundle from Peter Piper Pizza. The deadline for entries is March 2nd. To submit your prediction, visit crossroadstoday.com.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today we started off clear and blue, right? And then all of a sudden the clouds roll in because the south wind is kicking in. That south wind is going to give us a chance for some shower activity tomorrow before that major cold front blows through the area. We're 67 degrees right now. Southeast winds tonight and tomorrow will be fairly strong out of the southeast. But when does the front get here? Right before midnight. So our high today at 69. Tomorrow we'll be in the 70s. And then after that, it's going to be cold. We'll talk more about it coming up after this. Well, we have the alert flags up, folks. As you can see, from Wednesday through Friday, we're going to be dealing in all the Crossroads County with sub-freezing temperatures. Thank you. Sub-freezing temperatures and temperatures, in fact, getting down into the mid-20s. So this is going to be a cold Arctic blast similar to the one we had earlier this year. However, I don't think we're going to have the ice and snow that we did last time. Let me show you what we're talking about. You can see how the southeast winds kicked in, and they're getting stronger and stronger as everything is flowing into this low pressure. Low pressure is kind of like the drain in the sink. Everything flows into that, except instead of this flowing down, it's actually flowing up into the upper atmosphere. So everything's going this way and up. And so what we're looking at is an Arctic blast right about here, a big cold dome of air. Once this storm moves basically to St. Louis, all that cold air is going to drop down into our area, and we're going to be looking like Eskimos for the rest of the week. So get a load of these temperatures. These are the lows. Tonight down to 58, tomorrow then down to 36, and then to 26 as a low on Thursday. Now add to that a 30-mile-an-hour wind, and it's going to be treacherous. And so we're going to be dealing with wind chills, probably 15 to 18 degrees. That's how it feels. So now is the time to get ready for this. And everybody, you know, of course, folks, people, your pets, even your farm animals need to consider either food or some sort of protection for them in that strong wind. Then 34 on Friday and a low on Saturday. So it's going to be a very cold week. Let me show you a future tracker. This is the GFS model. Notice the snow already in Colorado. Well, that starts dropping a little bit south. You can see it right there, and starts rolling into Oklahoma, and this would be tomorrow, Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, it starts rolling eastward And that's when the cold air starts dropping in behind it. As you saw right about there, oops, sorry, let me do this once again. As you can see right there, most of the rain at this time, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, will be to the north of us. And we've got a chance for rain as the front comes through, but the ice is up in the Dallas area. And then super dry cold air will drop down Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It'll be on top of us. It's going to be clear and cold, and it's when the cloud cover comes back up that we start picking up the chance for a very cold rain, which will actually extend into Friday and Saturday. So Saturday's not a particularly nice day around here. That's when we get this coastal trough developing. That'll spin up the moisture and give us the very cold rain. And there you see on Sunday, we finally clear out and we actually moderate the temperatures a little bit, but that's not until Sunday. We've got about 4 or 5 frigid days where you're really going to have to bundle up. Now, temperatures. Now, no, these are our temperatures, but you know, around the state, it's going to be something else. So we got Tuesday, 7 in the morning, in the 60s, and we've got Tuesday evening, about 8 p.m. You can see we're still in the 70s. Where's the cold air? Watch this. Boom, there you go. By Wednesday midnight, we'll be dropping dramatically, probably 20, 25 degrees. Tonight we'll be at 63 and up to 72 tomorrow, and then 58 to about 73 Tuesday. But Wednesday, everything is going to be very cold. And there's that 26 we're looking at. Frigid. We've got Arctic blasts coming in. We've got alerts for the next 3 days. That's your 7-day forecast. Reminding everybody we do have a QR code. We'd love for you to scan that, put Crossroads a Day on your phone. And here's Shawna.
Well, still to come on 25 News now at 5, why Uber is suing DoorDash over uncompetitive practices. The details in today's business news.
It's that time of year again. You know what's inside, but you just can't bring yourself to open it. How much could it be this time? Will it break the bank? Or will it be manageable? There's no escaping it. The bill is here. The Property Tax Puzzle, Thursday at 10 p.m. on 25 News Now Extra.
Uber is accusing DoorDash of uncompetitive practices. In a lawsuit filed Friday in California Superior Court, Uber says DoorDash coerced restaurants into exclusive delivery arrangements. The suit claims DoorDash threatened restaurants that also used Uber Eats with higher commission rates if they did not work exclusively with DoorDash. Uber is seeking unspecified damages and a court order requiring DoorDash to change its practices. Used car and truck prices rose 2.2% from December to January, according to the Labor Department. Car dealers say higher used car prices will persist as pre-owned vehicle inventories remain depressed in a holdover from pandemic-era vehicle shortages. Meanwhile, new car prices remain steady. The USDA reports average wholesale egg prices increased 40 cents to $7.74 a dozen. Stores including Costco, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Kroger have been limiting how many cartons customers can buy. USDA says prices are not likely to fall as farmers struggle with bird flu outbreaks in their flocks. Americans are facing an uphill battle when it comes to managing rising debt burdens. In some cases, they haven't been this overextended since the aftermath of the Great Recession. Ivan Rodriguez breaks down the latest credit conditions for American households.
In the last quarter of 2024, overall debt levels increased by 0.5%. The type of debt Americans appear to have more difficulty dealing with are auto loans and credit cards. Americans are struggling to pay off their debt.
Nobody should be surprised that debt is rising.
A new report by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York shows all major loan categories are on the rise, with credit card balances topping $1.2 trillion, up more than 7% from the fourth quarter of last year. Matt Schultz with LendingTree says while some higher levels of household debt were to be expected because of inflation, it doesn't mean it isn't troubling.
We found that about a third of people took on debt over the holidays.
Two categories where Americans are struggling to manage their debt: auto loans and credit cards. The share of households becoming seriously delinquent, meaning missing a payment for 90-plus days, are at 14-year highs.
That car payment is often one of the most prioritized when bills come due. And when that one is not being paid, that's probably a sign that other struggles are around as well.
Schultz says there are some steps people can take to get ahead on paying down their debt.
First thing that they should do is create a budget. You can do things like getting a 0% balance transfer credit card or a low-interest personal loan to consolidate some of those loans and bring the interest rates down.
Schultz says another option people don't realize is they can call their credit card issuer and ask for a lower interest rate on their credit card. He says in 2024, 76% of people who asked for a lower rate got one, and the average was about 6.5 percentage points, according to a December LendingTree survey. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Well, don't go away. Get ready for double the cuteness. Hong Kong's twin panda babies are making their adorable debut, and you won't want to miss it.
This week, the Trump administration's mass firings. Which agencies are next? Plus, the Justice Department showdown. Is America's criminal justice system being put at risk? World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
Hong Kong's Ocean Park just got a whole lot cuter. Twin panda babies, elder sister and little brother, those are their names, made their big public debut, marking the city's first ever giant panda births. Their mom made history last August as the world's oldest first-time panda mom. Since then, these little fur balls have been treated mostly like humans. They've been bottle fed, burped, given around the clock care. Hong Kong is now home to 6 giant pandas, plus thousands of panda sculptures popping up across the city, all part of an effort to create some serious pandemonium and bring tourists back. So I'm sure watching those baby pandas brings in some of the tourists.
Everything in nature has a purpose. The purpose of the panda is just to be cute.
It is.
That's their job.
It is. Make you smile and laugh.
Make you smile and laugh and watch them roll around. It's pretty funny. All right, folks, just a heads up because tomorrow may not be too bad. That's Tuesday, but it is going to start getting wet. By Tuesday night, the big north cold wind blows in, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are going to be frigid around here. Temperatures at night getting down not only below freezing, but down into the 20s. So we've got a big second version of winter rolling in this week.
All right, plus wind chills on top of those temperatures.
Absolutely, you will feel the difference.
All right, we'll be watching. Well, thanks for being with us. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes.